ages. Don't adjust your TV sets. We are this damn good looking. And we are back for episode 14?
14.
Holy shit.
Lucky
Episode 14. Hey, I gotta give a mustard real quick for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Just for the celebration. You know what I'm saying? Episode 14 of the Immaculate Podcast. You know me, I am the Immaculate One. And I am here with my co-host, and he goes by...
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh, wait, he already did all that. My name is John Stratton.
I need
My name's Mustard. Oh, wait, no.
Don't worry.
I'm more like ketchup or mayonnaise.
I got the perfect button for you.
Uh-oh, what's that?
Stop it. Get some help.
Oh, hey, funny thing is, I just was here after my meeting with BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com. Use promo code Immaculate for 10% off your first month. Wink, wink.
I'm with it. But, hey, we got somebody over here.
Who's that?
Man,
Way over there.
we're both gonna give our own introductions. How about that?
That works.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, standing a whopping 6'3.5".
Wow.
Yeah.
Them grewed.
Hell yeah. We're putting shoe lips in these
yeah.
motherfuckers. 220 pounds, jacked, 6% body fat. The best looking hair in the business. True story. The man that gave me my first opportunity in professional wrestling. None of you guys knew that. The man, the legend, the Hall of Famer, the man, the champ, the CEO, the head of the table. I mean, I can keep going with this, but you see what I'm doing. But he goes by the name of Johnny by God Richards. Hey, what about that, man? Dude, I've been working. I was in the shower last. Wait a minute. You know what I meant. I didn't mean it that way. What I meant to say was before I took the shower, I was working on how I was going to do the proper introduction for Johnny. Yeah.
I thought you was doing that in the shower, and your old lady's like, I said shampoo my hair. I don't need no introduction for your guest tomorrow.
It's tough. All right, damn
enjoyed it.
I got you, man. Let's hear yours then.
Oh, okay. Let me think real quick.
Yeah. I caught you slipping.
I never sleeping. Wrong letter in there. Ladies and gentlemen, from Evansville, Indiana. He gave me my second break. The guy that gave me the first break is no longer on this side of the dirt. He is the deity of professional wrestling, Johnny by God. Accompanied to the ring by Khloe, who is off camera. Johnny by God Richards.
I like
there
it.
we go.
I like
too
it.
much going on in my
That
head.
was good. Thank you.
That was good.
Nah.
I think mine was better, but you know,
Yours was better.
no, it really wasn't, man. I was just, you know.
I didn't have it written down. That's the only way I survived
dude,
all those
I'm
years
like-
of wrestling.
I'm like The
Everything
Rock,
written
dude.
down.
Mine's on the wrist, bro.
I
No,
didn't know I
guys.
could bring notes.
Look, I got cliff notes, guys.
Well, now he's got to introduce himself. Who we got sitting over there?
Yeah, who we got sitting over here, man?
It's just me, JBG, little old me. The guy's got heat with everybody in the wrestling business.
Uh-oh.
I'm already starting. Hey,
Dude, I'm sweating already. He definitely got heat, dude. I'm over here sweating already, man.
JBG.
JBG. I'm the career killer, the lady thriller of the show. Still, the only man that truly matters. The one true and only god of professional wrestling. The guy who gave most of you ungrateful pieces of shit a start. Not you, Mike, because he wasn't ungrateful.
I was going to ask that
He
question.
wasn't ungrateful. Josh wasn't ungrateful. Chloe wasn't ungrateful. But a lot of the people that's in the business right now that's trying to do shows, ungrateful piece of shit. Johnny by God Richards.
I love it.
Oh, my God.
I love it.
Oh, my Johnny.
I love it. I know one thing you left out, and I left out, and he left out. You're a successful businessman.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the ones that are local, Evansville Tire Shop, y'all been there at some point, and y'all, this man is the reason that y'all got the hookup on the tires. This guy right here, he's one of the only owners I know that still works as if he's the newest employee there, always getting his hands dirty, first one in, last one out. I will say that I've always respected you about that as well, but I had to bring up the fact that you're also a business owner outside of the wrestling company, that you do own a successful business that's been open for so many years that's affected the Evansville community as a whole, in that you give Evansville discounts on tires in desperate situations. That's very important. So I think I've always thought that was really cool.
No, I
Like,
appreciate
seriously.
that.
So,
I
you know,
appreciate that very much.
yeah. So, like, people, if you have never, which I don't know how you've never been to Evansville Tire, but if you got a chance, you guys need to stop by there. Show my man some love and support. Please do get you some tires. Those tire prices, listen, guys, they are extremely expensive, but not at his shop. This man hooks you up. He takes great care of you. His business is super honest with you from the start. I think anytime I've ever known people to go there, they're honest. They tell you like it is, and they work with you, and they try to get you the best tires that they have on site, to get you back on the road and get you quick. And the thing is they're quick too. Like, it ain't one of those you sit in a shop and you sit there for like 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are like, just sit in the car, we'll get you guys taken care of. You know, like a few minutes later, like, oh, you're done. You're like, oh shit, man. You know, but so, like, seriously, guys, stop by there, show my man some love. Make sure you guys show, you know, the support, even whenever he's doing the shows. I know, you know, you and I both have been to the shows. We posted 1,000 times. We've, you know, been fortunate enough to be booked on his shows with many other people. But, you know, if you guys never had the opportunity to meet, you know, this guy in person, you got to do it at least once. Even if it's to drop by the tire shop, just to even say hi, or hey, you know, I saw you on the pod, you know, or hey, I need some fucking tires because I hit one of these potholes that Evansville's famous of, and I need you to hook me up. And I saw you on the Immaculate Podcast, and they got a promo code says Immaculate, for 10% off, which, you know, really it's not 10% off. It's just get your ass down there and get you some damn tires. You know what I mean? Times are hard. All right, guys.
Johnny's like, kayfabe.
Yeah. He's like tapping me on the back like,
margins are
it's coming out of your,
slim.
so you know it's coming out of your check.
Yeah.
So no, but guys, show him some love. You know, really, man, it's awesome that you come on the podcast. Like I said, guys, he gave me my first ever break in professional wrestling. Like back in 2009, I was gifted an opportunity to come to the show. I went there with my buddy Jared and went there as a spectator. And loved wrestling since I was a kid, but that was my first ever independent show. This guy walked up to me and immediately was like, hey, man, you want to get in there and see if you really got what it takes? Show up to the next show, you know, show up early, jump in the ring, and we'll see what you got, kid. And he just like walked off. And moral to the story, I showed up to the next show and started training my ass off from that day. And he gave me my first opportunity, you know, like anything that was the gateway for me to start professional wrestling. This guy actually was the guy that opened the door for me to walk in and start my career. So like I always got to thank you 10 times over for allowing me to have the opportunity that I did, because a lot of the things that I ever achieved in professional wrestling, whether it's wrestling with WWE, wrestling with Impact, wrestling over the different countries, wrestling even in different states, whether it's impacting people's lives, whatever it is, you are technically the gatekeeper of that. So it's really cool that I can tell other people, like, hey, this guy here, Johnny Richards, was the one that was the only reason why the Immaculate One has ever been the Immaculate One. Like, people don't even know, like, if I say the name Xavier Cage, no one's going to know that, you know what I mean? But, like, we can laugh about that,
Right.
you know?
Right, no, I
But,
appreciate it.
no.
I'm proud of you because you went out there and you took it and you ran and you made something of it. You just like, oh, hey, thanks, and then disappeared, you know.
Yeah.
You actually took it and you ran and you done it. I'm proud of you. I really
Yeah.
am.
I appreciate
Sat there and then, you know, you done WWE. I had someone tell me one time before that I wasn't a good trainer, but you've made the WWE.
Yeah.
You've done WWE stuff. Daniel Eads did WWE stuff.
Yep.
Chloe's done Ring of Honor and all girl shows. You know, so everybody I've trained has gone and done something. You know, but hey, what do I know?
Yeah.
What-
Yeah. Yeah. What do you know?
No,
You just
no,
put
dude,
people in better spots or
Yeah,
anything. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
But,
But
yeah, I'm very proud of you, honestly.
I-
and
I appreciate that.
so you went out there and you took the business seriously, and you still do.
Yep.
You took it seriously. You didn't think it was a game. You wasn't in it to get rats. There you go.
Ew.
Dude.
Ew.
Not anymore. He's not.
Not
I
anymore. Not anymore.
No, not at all. Look, when he said that, I was over here thinking like,
How dare you?
you know what I mean? Like, no, but I just the atmosphere that you've always presented. It's always been a professional show. You've maximized the not only the audience that you've always drawn in really good crowds, but you've always given people the opportunities without necessarily asking anything in return. Like with most people, they're always like, well, what are you going to do for me? And you got to do all these things before you get the opportunity. You told me, like, get your ass to the ring. Let's see what you can do. And at that point, I think, I don't even remember this name. I'm going to throw you a name, and I'm curious if you remember this name. You remember Freedom Fighter?
Yeah.
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 That's
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
my first training was with him.
Yeah.
That guy had been training for like a year and a half.
Yeah. I forgot about him, actually.
But I remember just, that guy, and he was like giving me advice my first day, and respectfully, I was like, brother, you've been training for a year and a half, bro, and I'm already running spots, man. Like, I mean, I'll take the advice from you, but I'm pretty sure I'd rather go after a lot of these other guys.
Yeah.
And then, believe it or not, guys, the biggest fear of mine in professional wrestling was to get chopped. And you remember what I did that day?
With Bobo.
I literally walked around the locker room and I asked the worst choppers in the back to all literally chop me. So it was like Bobo,
Gypsy.
God,
Oh,
Gypsy
Gypsy
tore
Joe.
me apart, man.
Dude, when I started out, I was on the road with Gypsy Joe 4 nights a week for 6 months. And that's
Your
who I
poor
worked
chest.
every night. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And if someone had a show on Sunday, Gypsy was with me on Sunday. That was the first 6 months of my life in wrestling. I was getting beat up by Gypsy Joe, scarred up, chopped everywhere over my body.
Yeah.
He got jumped in. That's for sure.
Yeah. Man. Dude, I got a funny story. Other than him lighting my chest up, first of all, they're like, hey, get Gypsy out of here. They're gonna hey, Mike, stay right here, man. They're gonna get Gypsy for you. And I was like, okay, whoever Gypsy is. I didn't know who the hell Gypsy was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only know the people I see on TV. I don't know anything about these independent guys. I see this old guy walking out. I'm like, who's this old fart? You know what I mean? Like, respectfully,
Right.
this guy ain't coming out here to chop me. This guy probably just coming out here to watch. He's like, no, that's Gypsy. That guy chops? And they're like, yeah. And then, like, he like, walked up to me, and he, like, touched my skin. He's like, ooh, you got baby soft skin. And I knew at that point that's when I screwed up because I never had a person talk to me like that. And I looked at his hands, and they were so thick, dude. And I was like, I think I might have bit off more than I can chew. And he chopped me twice in the chest, twice on the back, and he made me bleed. And then pretty much at that point, I understood, like, yeah, I want this. Like, this is awesome. You know what I mean? And then Bo comes in the ring, and Bo's super gentle, and he's like shaking my hand. I'm like, man, this guy's super light,
He
man.
did the old school.
Yeah,
handshake.
he gave me. I'm like, this guy's gonna be light, man. And he gives me the lightest thing. He's like, hey, I just don't want you to flinch. I'm gonna put the shirt over your head. I'm just gonna take great care of you. Just relax. Everything's gonna be good. I'm like, okay, cool, man. This is easy. And I laid back, and all of a sudden, I hear, wham! And I was like, and I just remember, why are you this strong? Like, why? Like, what did I do to you? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, why is Johnny booking people like this? And I go, you must be the guy that Johnny said that there was another guy named Dick the Bruiser, and apparently you and him used to just get booked to just chop each other all over the fucking country. And he's like, oh, yeah, man, I can't wait to work you. I was like, brother, I don't want no parts of that. I'm good. But no, you always give me opportunities to work big names. You know, you put me in matches where it made me better. And, like, you didn't know me from nothing. I was just some snotty-nosed kid that wanted an opportunity, and you never, ever allowed me to not put myself, you know, in the right position to get myself over. And I've always appreciated that.
No, you earned it. though.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
Yeah,
that,
you
man.
earned it. You always went out there and delivered 100%. And went out there and had damn good matches. I always, even when me and Khloe would sit there and we'd book shows and come up and stuff, and, you know, we'd start a new season, or however you want to say it. And I'd be like, hey, okay, we need someone to work this. And Micah's was always the name to go.
Yeah.
Hey, I need
I
someone for
appreciate
Chase,
that.
or I need someone for Conway. You know,
Yeah.
somebody was always Micah's. And she's like, yeah, put Micah's in there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I will say this. There was one time I got ribbed. I don't know if you remember this story. I got ribbed one time, man. I was at the Metro Sports Complex, and I was in like this big battle royal, and out of nowhere, Elijah Burke comes walking in, and he's like, "Hey, man, who you wrestling tonight?" And I was like, "Man, I'm in this battle royal, man. I'm just trying to get better in the business and trying to get my name out there. So it's just hard to do in the battle royal." And he's like, "Man, let me see what I can do." And then all of a sudden he comes back and he's like, "Hey, man, I got you, man. I got you in my match, man." The promoter switched the match. And I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, man. Let's go." It's me, him, and Cash Flow. And then he was wrestling these other guys. And I'm like, cool, man. And I was wondering why everybody was smirking at me. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, you guys are jealous. Like, you know, like, man, I'm wrestling guys now that I can learn from. This is great. Well, found out why I was in that match. And needless to say, I learned my lesson. I was like, all right, cool, very well played. I will now keep my mouth shut. But it was a gentle rib, you know, like it wasn't where I was being disrespectful, but it was like I was like, dang, you know, it sucks. I wish I was in a match where I could, you know, wrestle someone that I could actually just get better. And technically, it still worked. You know what I'm saying? It's just he wanted a Diddy favor, I guess is the best way to say it. You know, like, and that's cool.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, I just want to go into extreme details, you know. And hey, whatever your prerogative is, that's what it is.
More.
Nope. There was a conversation, and I just was not willing to. I wasn't selling my soul. That's I'll leave it at that. You know, I wasn't selling my soul.
Or
Yep.
whole?
You know exactly what I meant. Damn it. You know exactly what I meant. You know, when I heard it, when I heard the proposition, the whole time I was over here like.
Oh my God.
I was so confused, man. I was like, "Are you for real right now?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well,
is that what it takes to win around here?
brother, I don't want no title shot. I'm good, brother. I'll just, not to use this word, but I'd rather just curtain jerk. You know what I mean?"
That's his finisher, though.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. I was, whenever he told me what he did, I was over here seriously thinking, like, you do all that? Damn, that's how you got there. This makes sense. No, but in all seriousness, though, like, you know, it was a joke, but like it was a harmless joke. He still put me on the spot. He gave me the opportunity. He kicked someone out of that match, so they had to take my spot, and he still put me in that spot in order to learn from that. And I did. I learned a lot in that match, and it was really cool because in the real time of the match, he was pointing stuff out that like I never would have got that coaching in real time. So, like, it was really cool because he was dissecting the match and how people should look at the matches and when, okay, he's in that hold, he needs to start getting up now. You see how the crowd's dead? He needs to cut this move off. Hey, the crowd's live. He needs to go ahead and get up. It was really cool. He was breaking everything down in real time, so it was super dope. So I thought that was cool, man. And once again, if it wasn't for you, I don't get those opportunities. So, like, I don't become who I am without your help. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you understand the level of influence that you had for that. So, like, I'm super grateful for that. I could never repay you for that other than telling so many people stories about, like, how much this guy did. I would never have a documentary. I'm not that cool. But if I ever did, you'd be in a lot of that documentary. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
No. Oh, and by the way, guys, shout out to everybody that is tuning in on the podcast. You know, I see a couple of you guys in the comment section. My cousin's in there. I see you. Jordan Kelly's in the comment section.
Jordan Kelly.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Jordan
Shout out.
Xander Kelly.
Yeah, Xander.
The main event.
Yeah.
Xander.
Shout out to Tony Tripp as well, man.
What up, Tony?
Yo, best tattoo artist in town. Everybody knows that. But
Artist, period.
listen, you can go in different directions. Everybody has their own opinions about who's the best tattoo artist. It's just the guy's good. Just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. He knows how good he is. The man goes to events. He has his own freaking booth at specific events because people need him there.
Fresh off of HorrorCon last weekend.
You see what I mean? Like that's the validation in itself. I don't need to speak anymore. The guy's he's the GOAT in the city. It's just
I'll
that
drop
simple.
gloves for him. Let's
Yeah,
go. No,
100%. No, but no. Shout out to you, Tony, man. You're a total badass, bro, and I gotta give you a roses. You need to get him. We need to get him on the pod, bro.
Yeah, we do.
Got to get Tony.
Okay,
Tony,
we gotta
if you
get-
are still on here, we need you on the pod, dog.
Come out here and give Mike a very colorful tattoo to match up with your
First,
black and gray.
that would be dope though to do a tattoo on the podcast,
Yeah.
like in the middle of the live feed. I ain't gonna lie, that was dope. I was joking about that, but then I thought about it. I was like, I don't think anyone's ever done that before.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but either way, I'm down. I'm down. Get with him. We're gonna figure it out, Tony. We're gonna figure it out.
Sign it.
Yes,
And we need merch.
yes. Get your merch on here too. Which reminds me, make sure you guys get your Immaculate Podcast T-shirts. DM me. We will get you your T-shirts. And on the back side, what does it say? What does it say? Oh, wait, I gotta turn the other way. What's it say, Josh?
What do you want to talk about? So let us know what you want us to talk about. It's kind of a call to action. So get them fingers working. You got questions for JBG, Micus or me, or our off-camera guest. They'll be putting in some.
I feel like a lot of people have a question for her. Somehow, like, especially like, because like everyone's name is tagged in it. I
Yeah.
can see fans just start. They're like, wait, why don't we just?
We may have to kick Johnny
That's
out.
what I'm saying, like-
Once
I'm
Johnny
getting-
burns down all his bridges, we're going to have
all of a sudden, it's gonna turn into the Kayla podcast, and I'm be like, you know what, guys, I'm just gonna go. She's just gonna take over my spot, and I'm just gonna go off.
She
you know
just
what I
sit
mean?
laps over there.
She takes over everything, man. No, I know you got questions. I got questions. I want you to start with questions for him. Just that you have for them and things that you think that they would ask.
Well, yeah, I just want to piggyback on what you were saying. I don't have a lot of questions for Johnny. Unfortunately, I've known him my entire wrestling
know it's
career as
hard, right?
well.
It's hard.
We both started. I'm not sure what year you started.
2000-ish.
Yeah, 2001 is when I got
yeah.
started. Back when you were swinging around a croquet mallet as Master
Yeah.
Rich at the Coliseum. But the thing I like most when he was talking about the shows with you is every show you give the new guys a chance. You'd have people that just sit up the ring. Hey, I'll give you a curtain jerker match. And then you also have like legends like Conway, Rob Conway, Flash Flanagan, Vic the Bruiser. So these people can learn off one another. And, the man on my shirt, Tracy Smothers, he was the father of New Focus, Refocus Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And he would sit out there every single match most nights and critique and talk to everybody as they went through the curtain. Or it was really tough whenever we're doing the production for the TV show. The camera follows him back, and Tracy's grabbing him right there, and he's telling him, like, right outside the curtain, here, brother, you got to, whatever it is. But, yeah, I think that's one of the best things. We go to – there's other promotions around here, and some that have been around a long time. I think they're upper echelon, but they don't have the talent and the star power to make an impact to these guys. They'll train people for free. We'll get you out there. We'll do your thing. But you're not going to be able to talk to somebody that's a NWA World's Heavyweight Champion or two-time tag champion or whatever it ends up being, real deal, respectable talent. And I was talking to some people the other day and saying that you're going to be on there. He's like, well, what's he do? It's like, was he in WWA?
Hold on. Someone asked what he did.
Oh, yeah.
I know you were thinking like this.
Because you get those WWE marks, that's all they know is the big time. They don't know
Yeah.
indie shows were going on. They don't know that, in our heyday, we were beating SmackDown in the ratings, and we were on at 2 a.m, and it's just
Yeah.
like, it's crazy, the stuff like that. I mean, like, was that, I guess it was something that started from the beginning, but I know your mom had a big, Debbie, Mama Rich, she was the godmother of wrestling around here.
Right.
Like, how easy was it to kind of take over for that whenever she passed?
The idea originally was we wanted to run a show. The whole thing was Coliseum was the only place in town. They were doing all the hardcore stuff. And my mom was like, hey, what if we do something that's family friendly, not so hardcore? They were doing the extreme, barbed wire, thumbtacks, every single match.
Holy.
So, but she had a lot of pull. And it was hard because a lot of times she'd be my mouthpiece in between. Because if I'm at my shoot job, whatever, she could talk to these guys and whatnot. And she knew how to compromise. Best way to sit there and talk price.
I'm going to move
back
your
and
mic
forth
up towards you.
and
Yeah,
keep
that
up
way they
more.
can hear you a little bit better. Hey, guys, by the way, real quick, if for some
Better?
reason you can't hear us, for some reason, please let us know because I know sometimes we get off track. But yeah, I just wanted to move the mic closer to
That
you.
better
That
there?
way. Yep, we're good. We're good.
Cool. Yes, she had a lot of connections that I did too, but it was harder once she passed away to get some of these guys because they were loyal to her.
Oh yeah.
You know, Doug Gilbert was one of them. But Doug's also one of the guys that wanted to use it against me later on. You know, Doug was one of them guys who came in, and her and Doug got close, and she got closer with a lot of the workers' wives and whatnot too, because she's out there working the concessions and ticket table and everything else. Doug was one of them guys who got close with her, and even if the card was booked and I said no, he would go to her. And be like, hey, do you think you can ease me on? You could do this, you know. And
Real quick. Michael said he feels like our microphone should be a little louder, so I'm going to cut you guys up. Go ahead, carry on a little bit. Just make sure both of you guys, if you can, be right on the microphones.
Got you.
When you guys talk, please. Go ahead.
But yes, he.
Just real quick. Josh deserves one of these.
Stop it. Get some help.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back. Get some back.
Go ahead, carry on.
But yeah, he would try to babyface her on some of that stuff, and then whenever we tried to bring him back, he was cool up to not too long ago. My aunt and uncle got sick, and then he tried to throw it like, well, your mom would use me, your mom would do this, your mom would do that. So well, my mom didn't really like you that much. So there you go.
That's
you know.
tough.
But yeah, he tried that stuff, and a few other guys, you know, tried to pull that on there, but you know, it worked out better for us in the long run. I knew how they were. She smarted me up to it.
Yeah,
you know, they thought, oh, you know, she ain't gonna tell them, you know, but she smarted me up to which one was more crooked than you realized, you know, and who was legit. You know,
Do you have brothers and sisters? You only child?
Only child.
Oh yeah. So yeah, she was probably really
Johnny, they
close.
keep
Like,
saying it sounds like you're whispering, so you may actually have to just talk a little louder. I know you generally talk a little softer.
Gotcha. Can you hear me now?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, it's maxed out.
all right.
Yep.
If I go this way, let me hold this.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, they're even better.
There we go. Can you
Use
hear
the
me now?
microphone like you're cutting up.
Now we're sitting there doing this way.
Yeah, actually, it sounds really good.
Yeah.
We know you've done that
So
before. You
maybe-
got a promo or two.
I cut one or two promos, kid, and but yeah, it was hard though to make that transition over there without her there. Kayla helped me a lot with what my mom would normally do, you know. But it was rough there for a while. Still is, you know, as far as that goes.
And she was a shrewd businessman. I remember back in the day, you know, I worked for you a long time. We was at CK.
Yeah.
And you're infamous for having 12, 15, 74 matches in a night. And I'm like, yo, man.
Yeah, I
was like, you know,
remember those days.
there's one person that's going to work every single match, and it's the announcer. So I told him one time, I texted him, I was like, hey, man, if we go, my pay's this much, but if you go over 10 matches, I'm going to need like $5, $10 more because it's a long night. He's like, all right, well, I'm going to talk to my mom. And then the next day is like, man, we're going to have to go a different direction. And it's like, I got fired because I asked for $5 more. And she's like, he ain't that good. But yeah, that's one of my favorite memories because I'm like, man, and people would always say that too. But somehow we'd still get 3 hours in the show, and it would be everything would mean something as opposed to just going out there beat the hell out of each other. And yeah, those are good times for sure.
Yeah, and she was good about that too. Where I would come up with a card and she'd be like, okay, well, why are we doing this? And even if it's the first time, okay, well, where are we going with this and that? She was really good on watching it from the outside of the business as a fan and saying, hey, okay, if we're doing this to this, why is this guy getting involved, or why do we even need this guy here? You know, and then that was Guido's problem. When Guido Andretti was working for us, Guido was great and helped me get a lot of guys. But it came to a point where he was fuzzing out. I was like, okay, why do we need him anymore?
Oh yeah.
You know, not being mean, but you know, to a certain point, hey, you know, if you're not going to put the work in and whatnot, what do we need him for? We don't have a deal. We gave him 2 shows off and he cried. You know, it wasn't firing him, you know, to give him 2 shows off, give him a chance to, you know, not so much reinvent himself, but to get his energy back up. You know, and then he cried about that.
Yeah, like I
Under
took 5 years off.
Yeah.
And then but Johnny's one of the only people. He gives a call. I was like, hey, bro, I'm running the show. You want to be there? And I was like, I've been waiting to hear from you. I'll lie. I'm like, oh, there he is. Okay, let's do it. But
Sure,
yeah.
Can I change the temperature in the room real quick?
Please do. It's hot.
Can I give you some rapid fire questions and you just throw some names? By all means, if you don't want to answer
I'll
these
turn my headphones
questions,
up.
yeah, I'll answer whatever you got.
all right.
What are you gonna do? Fire me?
I know, right?
I ain't booked nowhere anyway.
So, I feel like some of these people now. I know that you got people in the comments section. Shout out to you, Reese. I know you're in the comments section. Oh, Coach Hayes, I see you up in there as well. Looks like Jerry's up in there as well. Michael, appreciate the input as well on the microphone input, and everyone else that's on the microphone input, we appreciate it. But I want to ask some. I call it the hot box questions. That's what we're gonna call it. Now, as far as names, I'll allow you to say the names. I'm
Okay.
just gonna ask the question. You give me your top 10 worst wrestlers you have ever booked.
That I've ever booked or worked.
Both. But I was gonna
Okay.
be part 2 of the question. So the
Okay.
first question is that you ever booked,
Okay.
and then the second question is gonna be worked.
Okay. We'll do the book ones first. That way.
And give me from the scale from 10 all the way to 1. 1 being the worst, 10 being like, you know, they suck, you know, but like the 1 is like, yes, this guy's a drizzling shits. I hope they're watching.
I hope they are too.
Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to this content. Make sure you guys go on the Immaculate Podcast. Hold on. Before we go into this, make sure you guys go on the Immaculate Facebook page, the Immaculate Podcast page. Make sure you guys hit that notification button. Like, share this, so that way this algorithm gets out, because I feel like this is what you all really came for. Please tell them about the other platforms that we have as well.
Yeah, we got some catching up to do. Got a lot of stuff in the can that I'm getting shined up and getting the graphics on and whatnot. So it goes to our YouTube. Once it hits the YouTube, it's gonna go to Podbean, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, anything out there that is a podcast platform. You search for the Immaculate Podcast, THEEIMMALU podcast, and then you will find us.
My God.
I've been practicing
Oh,
that.
don't
You do
worry.
it. You do
Hey,
it.
listen, it started off hot, and then as soon as you start botching it, all I could think was,
Oh, bro.
All right.
I stink.
I practiced that in the shower.
I see what you
tried.
did
But
there.
then,
Hey,
while I'm there, I look
I'm
down
still
and-
going to give you a mustard for that, though.
Oh,
It was worth it. It was worth it.
turn my TV on. Turn my
It's all good. All right.
But yeah,
So-
look for the Immaculate Podcast everywhere, and this will soon be up there once we censor out all the bad shit.
Yes. So, Johnny, 1 being the worst, all the way up to 10, and go. Start with 10, go all the way down to 1, and would you want to start with the worst booking or the worker?
We can do the worst booking first.
Okay.
Because I'll probably go into stories on the.
All right, and if I know somebody, I'm going to stop you because I have a button for them. If I know who they are. Go ahead.
So we're going to the very worst. Or,
10 being the
okay-ish.
okayish, all the way to 1 being the
then-
absolute worst.
Like
Oh,
start with
geez.
constipation, end with drizzling shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Mitch Ryder. No.
Oh, my brother.
Yeah, okay, I will say that. Booking wise, Mitch Ryder is a great talent, super talented, super great at everything he does. Booking wise, is a pain in the ass to book and to work with, so I give him 10. Plus, I got a personal thing against him because he had a personal thing against me. But he put me in a dress for
I remember that.
yeah, for 6 weeks, just because
I didn't know that.
they want to. He took over booking and he wanted to get rid of me and Josh Jewell. And Eric stood up for us. Like, no, these guys are here every week. So Mitch comes up with the idea of he's the one that gave Jewel the Baker gimmick, trying to embarrass Josh. And Josh took it and made it work. And now, you know, Josh's name, with the Baker and stuck me in the dress.
Mm-hmm.
But
Damn.
he was trying to get rid of us. And all of Eric's guys he was trying to push out. He wanted all of the Louisville guys, and against that, this is how it is.
Yeah, that's how most of those
But-
guys in Louisville that become bookers are.
Yeah, so I mean, Mitch Ryder would go there. But yeah, I got the dress over, and Jewel obviously got the Baker over. You know, so but yeah, that's how Mitch did us, and I have no love lost for Mitch. Like I said, great talented worker, great on the mic. Personally, I liked him outside the business, but as far as booking wise and trying to deal with him, he'd be number 10 on that list.
Okay.
There,
Number 9.
Brian Christopher.
Really?
Love Brian Christopher. I was friends with Brian
Really?
Christopher. Getting him to the building.
Okay. Yep.
with-
Trust me, I partied with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay. I was curious where you were going with
yeah,
that.
getting him to the
Yep,
building
That was the fucking challenge.
was the hard part.
Yep.
And
God
getting him-
rest his soul, though.
Yeah, I loved Brian, and I was good friends with Brian. But yeah, getting him there was trouble. He
Yep.
came here one time, got messed up at B-Dubs, trying
Yep.
to fight the waitress.
Yep.
The cops got called. The cops came to the building wanting to get Brian right then and there. And I was like, can he just do the match first and you can have him? I don't care what you do to him afterwards. So they let him do the match, and they ended up just dropping it and leaving. But anytime I booked him a lot, and I booked him after that. But trying to get him here was the big no.
I remember Brian Christopher and Jamie Dundee at Marina Point, making sure everybody knows who their dad is, who their dads are. And I'm like, none of these young girls don't care. Stop.
Jamie's number 8.
Whoa, segue.
Same thing. I put him as a tie with Brian. But Jamie tried to fight
Jamie,
my mom.
I love you, bro.
So he tried to fist fight my mom one night. So that kind of puts him there at the deal. But me and him's
I
cool
respect
now.
that. I respect that.
But those 3 guys ain't really bad working wise.
Oh, right. It's
on a
just booking.
Oh,
Yeah,
booking
yeah.
in. You
No,
know. But
I mean, hey, these are
I'd book them all now if
Sure.
I could. You know. I was trying to think 'cause I got some really bad guys in mind for later on in this card.
I called it a card.
Later on in this card there. Oh.
Dude, I'm sweating right now. Like,
You're not on the list.
It's not like because I better not be on that fucking list.
You're not on the list.
Number 4, the Immaculate one.
But I'm sweating because I'm like anticipating who's next.
Yeah, I'm getting blocked.
Dude, I'm
on
glad
a
I
lot
asked this question,
Yeah.
man. This is good.
I'm getting blocked on a lot of them.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Don't-
Man, I'm
Don't
trying to
worry,
think.
man.
Who was the Rikishi kid? Rikishi's kid, but
the Sabu or
that guy was bad too. Not Sabu,
not
but the guy who tried to be Sabu.
no,
I'm
I know who you're talking about.
Satu?
Satu, yeah. Talking about
Satu,
Satu,
Oh
right?
no.
I was
not
like,
him.
oh,
I
he's
love
good,
me
no.
Satu. I was like,
this
shit,
kid,
busting through the store.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, he was working out one time. Yeah, and I said, no, you look more like Rikishi. I can't even remember his name.
Hold on.
What?
His real name's John something or other. He took a cane mask he bought from WWE and like burned half of it and tried to wear it. He could bump.
Johnny saw that mask, and when he started to talk, Johnny was just over here like,
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he came and worked out. I give him that much credit, but that's all he had. I think we let him do a couple battle royals maybe as a filler. Oh yeah, we did. That's the kid who one of the Mama Wrist Memorial shows. So this kid's talking about how good a worker he is and all this. I remember this now. So we sent him out to do, just a quick fill in.
Yeah.
Boom, throw him out. So I got Scotty Wolf and Big Bull Lee is helping run
rest in
Gorilla
peace.
and getting these guys going, So if you know Scotty and Bull, they're gonna rib you anyway.
Oh yes.
So they
I
send
miss
the
those
kid out.
days.
The kid
Hey
goes,
Scotty, I hope your recovery is going well. By the way, man, I'm
Me
praying
too.
for you.
Definitely. But yeah, this kid goes out. He gets eliminated by Baron Von Kane
Oh, I remember him.
and comes to the back. And Scotty and Bull goes, "Hey man, the camera didn't catch it. You got to go back out." So he's like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, just go back out." So we send him back out, and he's out there. And Baron looks at him like, "Dude, didn't I just eliminate you?" So Baron kind of gets on him a little stiffer, but enough where he doesn't know if the kid made a mistake. Throws him out again. Same side that he just got thrown out of.
No.
So this guy's like, "Damn it! I told you got to do it on the hard cam side." We didn't have a hard cam, so we have to do it on the hard cam side. So we send him out
This
a
is
third
not
time.
real life.
So now Baron's getting pissed. So now Baron comes out and he blasts him in the face. Bam! He's like, "Stay out of the fucking ring." So he tosses him out on the other side, and now he's coming back. He's woozy. So he comes back, and Sky's like, "We're only going to give you one more chance. Okay, if you mess up this time, don't worry about coming back." So he sends him out the fourth time. So Baron now boots him in the face and boots him hard enough where he pees himself. And you see it in his tights and on the ring. There's a spot where he just pissed his pants from where Baron just booed the shit out of him. He goes underneath the bottom rope, comes back, and Tommy looks at me and goes, "Should I tell him that he only can be eliminated over the top?" I'm like, "No, he's good. He's good." But yeah, I forget the kid's name. We sent him out 4 times.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
But then
my
the
God.
other
Hold on. I'm sorry. The fact that he went out 4 times, sir. Whatever your name is, you deserve one of these.
Stop it. Get some help.
I forgot what his name. I'm so bad.
Oh, hold on. I
sometimes.
deserve. You deserve one of these too.
Stupid.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. The kid that you taught, freedom fighter.
Oh yeah, freedom
Yes.
fighter.
Yeah, he worked hard, but he wasn't going to be any more than what he was. He was a good battle royal dude.
I was just about to say. I'm like, dude,
he
his
was a good-
WrestleMania was the battle royal,
Yeah, he
brother.
was a good battle, but he went and spent like $500-$600 on
Yes,
gear
yeah.
and all that. I'm like, you ain't even trained. Like, he went and bought boots. I mean, he did everything right as far as that goes. What are you thinking?
Oh, go
You
for
fit
it.
over there. Go on over there.
Fit over here. Yeah, share
Uh,
mic.
was the-
Share the mic with him.
You'll have to be on this side. It stops at the Buccaneers thing there.
Got it.
Not yet.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, the camera will
No,
see you
there it
right
is.
there.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to catch up.
If you want, just grab the chair,
Oh, yeah, have her sit right
and then I'll just put it right here.
The one chick, Miss Harley. Did you ever know Miss Harley, Micus?
Miss Harley.
She was Kirkpatrick's wife, girlfriend.
That wasn't the chick that was from Indy, was it?
No, she looked
Dude,
like
hold on, real quick. Do you remember that one chick that came and gave me the lap dance? That's
Dynasty Diva.
Yes,
yes,
yes.
she should be on there too.
Oh my!
Oh gosh, so that was
Pothead John. No, true story. Yo, John Cooper. I gotta talk to you about this. John Cooper. Fucking, it was my first show. It was before I started training. I was sitting in the stands, front row, and fucking she comes out with John Cooper. And fucking, I was like, oh, she's dressed like a skank. So I was like, oh, I have $1. What are you going to do with this? And she's like, I'll put it on you. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Here's $1. What are you going to do with it? And she starts shaking it. And I was like, shit, I got like 5 more of these things. Like, she like walked up. I was like, I'm in love, dude. John's like, Cooper's like, for the right price, brother, I'll let you have her. I swear. Dude, I don't know why it made me think of that, but I just, go ahead.
She's
Sorry.
on that list too. Yeah, that was a Bobo doing. She worked for Bobo. She was a
Got you.
cheerleader at one time or something for
Got you.
Scopes.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to bring her down. Maybe you can use her. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe she knows something more than that. And she did that. She also grinded on a preacher that was there.
Oh, that's tough.
And yeah, that was part of the reason I knew some Center got mad at us.
Yeah.
I'm not there. But yeah, Miss Harley, she looked like a Timu Tommy Rich on crack.
Ooh, not the Timu.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I was wrestling her. That was my first championship match, and I was wrestling her, and she didn't want to lose or not win the belt or whatever. And so I hit her
Wait,
with,
she didn't want to win the belt?
yeah, she didn't want to lose. Like, she didn't want the belt though.
That's so weird.
Yeah, she didn't want to be champion because she brought the belt.
Right.
She knew I was gonna win, but she didn't want to lose. So I was like, okay, you're losing. So then like I tried to, I did a move to her, and I go for a pin, and she kicks out of it. So I lay her out with this clothesline, like I straight up like grabbed her neck and laid her down with my arm.
Put it all the way up. Put the microphone all the way up. That way they
With
can hear
my
you.
arm,
Yeah, there you go.
and so it was devastating. Like, I don't know if you remember. Yeah, I shot on her, not on purpose, because I didn't even know what shooting was then. But I did, and she got back up, and I just like started beating the hell out of her in her head, and then pinned her, and I was like, "Stay the fuck down, sorry."
No, you're good. Don't cuss.
But yeah,
I mean, don't apologize for cussing. Please do.
But
Shit,
yeah.
piss, fuck, goddamn. No, I'm just kidding. No, she's
yeah,
good.
she's on my, she's one on my list.
On the shit list. No, don't worry. We're gonna ask you for your shit list too.
You made the list.
Just so you know, I won't participate in this because I'll be honest, I'm too nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm too nice.
Make sure you got plenty of. You don't want to miss a word here.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're good.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you.
Josh, you're so good, man. This is why Josh is my IT guy, man. He's so good. Candace, I'm so glad you let him come over here every time. I appreciate it. I owe you everything. Anyway, who else? Oh, I remember that name.
Cody Matthews.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember what he looks like, but you remember Cody Matthews?
Yeah. Well, there's so many wrestlers named Matthews. You
No,
know,
I remember that guy though.
There was two.
Okay,
The
the one I.
you probably remember the second one.
Okay.
The first,
It's
the
like
first
the
one came in
Doink.
with Conway.
like the
Okay,
first
no, I don't
He
remember
was-
that
he,
one.
He was
Okay.
cool, but he just never came back. We set up a whole deal where we're like, I'll shave. It was like, because he was Iron Man, Cody Matthews. I'm like, we're gonna have him come back, and Iron Man's going to join the revolution. If he don't, we're all going to shave our head. And then he got a different job and could never come back. So I'm like, oh, we should never said that. But yeah, there was a second Cody Matthews, and he was the one that came through Tennessee and all that, and he was really bad. I booked him for Kilo, didn't I? I think Kilo asked me about using him up here, and it was a bad deal.
Thanks.
He was so bad I forgot his name. There's a lot of them I forgot their names.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but they didn't. I didn't
Wait,
book
what
them,
number
but
are we on right now? Is this number
Yeah.
5? Was
Yeah, I
was
think
we're on
Ga-
number
we're about
5.
was he?
five-ish.
He was number 5. Okay.
CJ Pop.
Oh,
No.
really? CJ Neck? That's what we
Yeah.
called him, CJ Neck.
Yeah, that was
He had a weird looking
that was,
neck. So
he
we always called him
Yeah.
CJ
He
Neck.
had,
CJ,
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
I
See,
booked him once. Oh, I got another one after that. I forgot about the other kid. CJ worked for us once. Worked Tracy, and messed up everything you possibly think of working with Tracy.
what, tell about, didn't he like go to prison for like
Yeah,
touching kids?
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah,
got
this
Jeez.
is before he did that.
The felonious CJ
Yeah.
Pop.
After that got out, I was like,
Oh yeah,
but yeah, and he deserves a
Oh, yeah.
fuck you for that
of
part.
course.
And
Hey CJ, I know you can't hear me, but you deserve
Stop
it.
it.
yeah,
Get some help.
Well, he's getting it.
I hope you get everything that you did to her in jail and more. Fuck you.
And you also own one of these, CJ.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
More, yeah, horrible. Him and what was his? I think his rest of the name was Logan Mathis. Something like he's a one and done too.
Wait, Logan Mathis. I think I know that guy. Was he kind of like gothic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to high school with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came in.
I remember him coming in one time. He had one I think he did in one match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
He came in and he told me he did all his training and all this, and we put him in there. Him and I think JC Flash were Gypsy Joe and Bobo, and Gypsy clotheslined him, and he just rode out of the ring and left. Never came back. Took his gear, went to the back, gone.
He took a clothesline and he looked at him like,
He was done.
"But where are you going?"
It's,
It's a hell of a sell job, my
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Well, a clothesline to end a career. That's a crazy clothesline.
Clothesline
Never
for
seen him
2 hours.
again. He took me off all the social medias he was friends with me on and the whole deal, and I'm like, okay, cool. Satan's bodyguard. That's another horrible guy.
Who's this?
Exactly.
Satan's body.
Yeah.
This guy's
He
name
was-
is legit called Satan's bodyguard.
Satan's bodyguard,
Oh
trained by Randy
my-
Conrad.
Oh my gosh.
One of Oh yeah, I got those guys too. Conrad.
That's fine. I'm here for the bullshit. I'm here to hear all these people.
Satan. He worked for Conrad, and I think we used Conrad's music or something that night. So it was like I had to find something for him as part of the deal. And he didn't like put his boots on correctly. He had like his mom made his gear. Which ain't nothing wrong
Sir,
with that.
you
but
need
it
one of
was-
these. Stupid.
It was like very
That's
bad
insane.
homemade gear. Like she took like pillows and made it or something.
First of all, if you don't know how to put on gear, I know you don't know a collar and elbow tie up, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Conrad's like, oh, he's just nervous. He's just nervous. I'm like, okay.
Brother,
I
he
hope
lost.
so.
He lost before he even walked out if he
Yeah.
can't tie his own boots.
Yeah. No kidding. Who was the one guy up there, Joey's, that came down with them? Jerry Cox. I don't know his name either. He's a Drizzen shits too. He's a retard too.
That's not
Sorry.
the Jerry Cox. That's not the dude that went under the muscle, was it? With
No,
Tracy?
no, that was Robbie.
Robbie. Okay,
Yeah,
I miss
yeah,
him, man.
This
I
kid
love
was.
the muscle.
He ran his first show, his very own show. Last
Did he
weekend,
really?
Sold out.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Dude, I've always
Yeah.
wondered ever happened to. Like, I remember when he first started, and I was like, dude, I love this gimmick. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but it works for you. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't feel like it wouldn't work for a lot of people, but it works for you.
I used to do.
Nice.
Yeah, I used to do the interview, or not interview, but I'd announce this as we're coming out, and he'd always make him taller every time. So like he was up to like 7'5" or something, and 300 pounds, and 1% body fat. Robbie was good. The Jerry Cox guy not so good. He came in. He's like a multi-tag deal, whatever. Didn't know what a hot tag was or a tag as far as that goes. He wrote me and Kayla.
He's like, hot tag. Is that whenever I'm like warmed up?
Yeah.
Is that when
Yeah.
I'm sweating and I tag my tag person in?
He thought that Matt that was up there trained me and Kayla, and like Matt hasn't even been wrestling 3 or 4 years at the time. I'm like, yeah, I've been working 20 years and got trained by a guy that was 3 years in on there. Yeah, but he was horrible to book. Elijah Burke was horrible to book. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
So like he was a great worker, great mind for it. You had to book him. You had to book the 4 guys.
That's
with
right.
Them.
That's okay. That makes
he-
sense because those were his
yeah.
buddies.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
you
his
had
buddies.
to book all them. They
Yeah.
had to be in certain matches. They could only work these people. and they can only do this.
I didn't know that.
They couldn't lose to anybody from OVW because
What?
they wanting to go to OVW, but they can't put them over because it might affect their TNA deal, which they never got, or TNA probably never knew who they were.
Interesting.
But it was all this. You couldn't contact Elijah directly, or those guys. You had to
Yeah,
go
you didn't
through,
have to contact to do like an email or some shit.
You
Yeah,
had to go, you
yeah.
couldn't even call or text. You had to email some chick,
Yeah.
and then she got a hold of him, and the whole deal. When he got signed to TNA, he was supposed to work Vic.
Yeah.
For me, and then she's like, I asked her because the rumors were coming out that he signed with TNA.
Yeah.
So email's like, hey, is he going to be there Saturday? If not, let me know. I was like, I don't care if he's with TNA or whatever. Just let me.
Right.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. So of course he doesn't show up. So I'm like, here, Vic, say whatever you want. And probably a mistake on my part. But
Vic, I miss you, man. I can't
I
wait
do
to have you
too.
on the pad.
I love Vic.
I told him that I told Vic we were gonna put him on the pod at some point because he DM'd me one time and he's like, brother, why you ain't had me on your pod and we're supposed to be twins? And I was like, you know what, you're fucking right, pops. I got you, man.
Vic is great.
I miss you, Vic.
And I think we're down to number 1.
Yes,
Ish.
yes.
Jeremy Travis.
I don't know that guy.
No one else does either. He came in and he was one of the Conrad's people deal. So he comes into work and he puts on a passable match, but it wasn't what it should have been. So Jason Kane, this is when we had the spot over behind Aaron's.
Oh yeah, that was
Which in a small deal.
Midwest Wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Midwest Wrestling. Yeah.
So Jason's like, hey man, if you want to come and work out with us, you can. I ain't going to charge you nothing. You just come in and do the deal. So he comes in, ties up. Everything he does is wrong, and then cusses Jason and says that Jason doesn't know what he's doing, and he should listen to him. So that guy was horrible. That would be my top 10, I think, on that.
Man.
There's probably more.
Dude, I feel like I should have said top 20, but I didn't want to draw it out, like I know we only have so much time, which once again, shout out to everybody that's tuned in. I know y'all got so much stuff going on in life, so the fact that y'all stopped in here, whether it's 5 seconds or 5 minutes, we appreciate the hell out of you guys. And I always see you in the comment sections as well. Ryan, I see you in the comment sections. I see you also talking about me going to OVW. I'll be honest, brother. I don't work for free. No disrespect. I love OVW. I think they have amazing talent over there. I've had numerous opportunities to get booked there. I just do not work for free. I value my work. I know my value. I know what I bring to the business. That is the only reason why I never worked at Ohio Valley Wrestling. But I do appreciate that. That does say a lot. So I just want to say thanks. The Tracy stories, we all got them. Believe it or not, Ryan, I'm going to tell you a story that probably even these two don't even know. My name they know my old original name, which was Xavier Cage. When I first started, I wrestled in swimming gear. I had those fucking blue flame fucking swimming tights. They weren't even tights. They were swimming trunks that I made into to look like tights. Only because I was sitting next to one of those, those infernos that usually are in like garages that like heats up the place. I was standing next to it and it kind of like shrunk my swim trunks and it burned the side of them. So I had Punisher, which is Caleb Purdue, draw flames on him because it was more of a rib on myself, and I wore them as gear. And then he gave me some knee pads, and he walked around with the guy. What was Mike? Was his name Mike that he used to tag with? I can't think of his last name, but they gave me some knee pads, and then all of a sudden I was like, that was my fucking gear, But once I really started working on myself and really starting to put the time and effort into my wrestling, Tracy pulled me to the side and was like, you need a name. You starting to get the look, you obviously have the moveset. You need something that people are going to remember you by. Tracy was the one that gave me the idea to actually put my actual biological name into my wrestling character. And he's like, why don't you go with Micus? That's such a cool name. And I was like, well, everyone tells me to keep your personal life outside of wrestling. So that's why I never did it. He's like, but your name is unique in itself. I've never met a Micus before. So Tracy is the reason why Micus is even in wrestling. So, like you said, Tracy stories, I have 1,000 of them, even from whenever we did a gathering of the Juggalos, when it was literally a blizzard when we were on our way to Detroit, Michigan. But, yes, plenty of Tracy stories. Sean, we see you in the comment section. What's up, brother? How are you? Pretty much, man. The other question I had for you as well was top 10 worst people you have ever wrestled.
Cowboy from Hell.
Oh,
Kelly, you know that guy?
yeah.
You
From,
know, why do I-
CCW.
you know that guy?
Yeah, he was at the
Cowboy from
Coliseum.
Hell.
He did a moonsault, missed it, and shit his pants.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What? What?
He had white
This is in real
gear,
life.
white
Oh.
gear on top of it. So he just came in and like, I mean, the match was okay, but I give him that spot because he shit his pants. in the match.
Yo.
That was one of them funny stories. Nobody
Yeah.
believed. There's no
Yeah.
tape of it, but or John might have the
Yeah.
tape.
What was his
Yeah.
name again?
Cowboy from Hell.
Cowboy
Yeah,
from
something.
Hell. You
That
deserve
Pantera
this.
song.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Get some help.
And guess what he came out to? Cowboys from Hell by Pantera. You know,
Yeah.
one of those guys.
He looked
that just-
like Dutch Mantel in a way. But yeah, that was the worst I ever had down there.
I could
I'm
see.
not worst worker down there, but that was the worst.
I could see the ref seeing something brown on his tights sitting over here like,
Oh my God!
He
take it home,
Yeah.
take it home.
When he hit, he misses the moonsault, shits, gets up, looks on the ground, and just walks out. I mean, he wasn't more than I wasn't gonna roll him up. You know?
You're like, hey, dude, you gotta sell. Like, brother, did you not see me shit my pants? I sold everything.
Yeah, like, I ain't putting you on that one. You know, it was,
All right,
there's a-
okay.
but yeah, he'd be up there.
I'm
God,
breathing
there's
heavy like I'm in the match. I'm fucking
There's-
dying right now.
so many. That was really bad.
Hold on, time out. And I just want to make sure this is the guy that's in the 10 spot, not the one, not the worst.
No, he's not the worst.
I'm just making
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, no,
Oh
he's,
my
he's not
God,
the
he
worst.
did a moonsault. Next time I do a moonsault, because you know in my moonsault I do a moonsault every match. Next time I do a moonsault, I'm just gonna like giggle real quick. You're gonna know why I'm laughing.
Keep wearing those dark color tights. You don't even-
Dude, my tights are dark though.
You roll out, you'll be okay. You know, no B does it forehand. No Taco Bell.
Which reminds me, Phil, the Pain Phil.
Yeah,
Okay, so Phil and I are really good friends. Shout out to you, Phil.
I love it.
Phil and I, you know, when we ran that program, for some reason, a lot of people didn't want to run a program with Phil. But you came up to me and you was like, hey, man, I feel like you can work with Phil really well. You know, he doesn't really have a lot of experience. I was like, dude, no problem. I got this. I'm going to make like $1 million. There was a point where I body slammed him, and he had texted me even before. He was like, hey, man, I just ate at Los Bravos. I'll meet you at the show. I like saw that. And, like, it just went through one ear and out the other. Like, okay, he went to Los Bravos. Cool. I'll meet you there because he wanted to run over some spots. Cool, whatever. In the middle of the match, I body slammed him, and I heard him shit himself. But, like, I didn't think anything of it. Like, as soon as I slammed him, it was, like, the sound effects of the mat and him shitting at the same time. Like, I heard it. I was like, damn. I walked off. I was like, damn, that sounds like a fart. So, like, I walked off, and I pattered to the crowd, and I was like, everybody shut up. I was like, are you not entertained? And I walked back to pick him up, and it, like, hit me in the face, bro. I like bent down and I was like,
Oh my God!
I was like, dude, I know you didn't just shit yourself. And then he's like, I like shit canned him out, and I was like, bro. So the ref's like, did you shit yourself? I was like, no, bro, he did. And then like I went to go get him, and he's like, yeah, man, I shouldn't have had that Mexican. I was like, dude, am I getting ripped right now? Anyway, sorry, man. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that'd be my luck. That's why I never eat before my matches. It's because of that right there. I'm sorry. Who was the guy? I thought Bareback Jack
I do remember
From-
Bareback Jack.
from TSW.
I do remember him.
Our very first time up there, it's me and Kayla, and I think was John with us, or just you and me? So we're working. Hey Sean, you ain't on the list. Bareback was.
When we start talking about managers, yeah, he's number one. That roach guy.
That fucking
The
roach
roach
guy.
Yeah, Bareback was horrible. They did like a Pink Pansy gimmick at the time.
That's who that is?
No. He stole the gimmick. From
Oh, okay. I
Still
was
don't
like,
let him.
okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
he kind of did a gimmick like that, and yeah, and Jordan was one of them, and AJ Riley, and we ended up working them, and I was supposed to hit him with a chair, and AJ takes it all weird, because AJ's just a weird feller, and I like Jordan's the best worker out of them, and I could tell Jordan can work, so I don't hit Jordan hardly at all with the chair. Like I give him this real soft like stomach spot. The bareback, I give him the shot, and he tries to no-sell me. So I just wrap it around his head, and he rolls out, and I keep chasing him with the with the chair. But yeah, he was really bad. Sorry, Bareback, but you were bad. Rockhead in Tennessee and Lebanon. Super nice guy. He thought he was Earthquake. We do a ladder match. And I'll throw Snowman in there too. So these guys think they're natural disasters. And they're like
Rockman and Snowman.
Yeah. They're doing all this like old school big guy stuff, which is cool. So we're in this like 6-man ladder match gimmick. And the rafters are kind of low. You could like suplex someone in there, but they're still kind of low. Yeah.
No.
So the ladders on the outside of the ring. The belts hang on the rafters, and the two guys can't climb the ladder because they're too big. So they're just like walking around the ladder the whole time like two sharks doing the deal. They won't supersell nothing. I hit them with the ladder. They just like stumble back. They won't bump because they don't want to bump on the floor. They can't get in the ring because they can't fit in the ring. It was horrible. Yeah. I ended up doing the there was another kid that was in there that tries to get the belt and he drops the belt. So I grab it and jokingly I'm like, I'm the new champion, and they ring the bell and they're like, you're the new champion. I'm like, no.
Johnny, the whole time Johnny was like this.
What?
Yeah. And I told him before I went out there, I'm like, don't put the belt on me because we're traveling with Tracy and I don't know when I'm going to be back. They're like, well, you won the match. Okay, take it back now. I had the belt for like 9 months and worked there twice.
You do that Rock and Roll Express stuff. You
yeah,
win the
yeah.
belt just to make sure you get booked
Come back
again.
again, baby.
Yeah,
Come back
one more
again.
booking.
Yeah, those two guys were bad. Who was the goof in for Porter? Yeah, Pretty Paul. So
Dude, I don't know none of these things.
they give me a belt down there like, hey, you're a champion all of a sudden. Yeah, in a match that never happened. And they're like, hey, you gotta work this dude. And I'm like, okay. And the locker rooms are separated. And I'm like, shit, this guy like is not good at all. So I'm like, okay, when I get in there, I'm just gonna tell him work the leg because it's simple. I'm not letting him pick me up or anything. So I have to tie a bandana on my leg so he knows which leg to work.
No.
What?
It's like you getting it amputated and he's got to put a big old X
You're
on
not.
the one
You're
you're
tell me you're trolling right now.
Well, shoot, yeah, I have to go out there with the
Oh,
bandana.
wow.
So
You had to put a bandana. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, listen.
Uh,
Two fans, okay? Two fans and people who are just dropping in for a quick sec. It's like Beyonce, okay? I feel like Beyonce used to wrestle at some point in her past life because she made a song that said to the left, everything to the left. That's how wrestling is. Everything is done to the left side, the left arm, the left leg. That's how the business works. The fact that this man had to wear a bandana that was colored. I'm looking at the camera right now. The fact that he had to wear a bandana that was colored is really absolutely disrespectful to the guy. Not because of him. He really tried to help the guy out. That's disrespectful from the guy to the business. The fact that he wouldn't be able to comprehend just left. That's insane. I really didn't think that.
yeah,
Damn, that's bad, dude.
yeah, and then he, yeah, they had a good crowd.
Wow.
Like this building in like woods, nothing but woods around it. It was crazy. It was like
Yeah,
middle
but-
of
yeah.
nowhere, like wrong turn type shit.
Jeez.
Like it was scary.
A
It
l-
was like woods surrounding like this random warehouse building with a wrestling show.
I probably would have messed with you, Johnny. I probably would have been like, "Oh, you got a new look, brother? New bandana on the left side." You'd be like, "Bro, this ain't for that." I'd be like, "Listen, dude, if you got to wear a bandana for, it, don't go out there. No, I want you to no-show him right now."
What, you got a Rockers gimmick or some shit?
I'll be like, "Johnny, you been paid? All right, cool. Let's get the fuck out of here.
We gotta go.
We gotta exit stage left,
Yeah.
man."
Micus gets in here.
That's about the place they were sticking us
Yeah.
to. The Florida Reporter.
Damn, dude.
Sundown town. Like this show needs to start at 2.
I have
Alright.
a quick story.
Yes.
It's about Vic.
Oh
Vic
boy.
the Bruiser.
Oh, is he on this list? Oh,
No, no, absolutely not.
Don't be doing that.
I would never talk smack about Vic the Bruiser. He's done
Josh,
nothing but good things for me.
Josh tried to put you on the list.
No,
Vic.
I love Vic more than my own dad.
Go
But
ahead.
Vic was very pivotal in my career as well. Like he beat me up a lot my first years in wrestling, so I give him a lot of credit for polishing me up and stuff. But we were in Westmoreland, Tennessee for Mike Porter. Salina, Tennessee for Mike Porter. We were working the fairgrounds, and Vic asked, because it was in the middle of nowhere again, and so Vic asked for directions at this like mom and pop shop. It wasn't even a gas station, and they told him that they don't serve his kind, that he needs to turn around and go back where he came from. So that was the type of town that Porter was booking Vic in and subjecting to him to that.
Well, Vic's like, I got blonde hair.
Real quick.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
like-
Vic's probably the nicest guy ever, but like he will beat you up in the ring for sure.
That's shoot. They really said that.
Yes, he told us that. I
Interesting.
mean, he was laughing about it, obviously, because like
I get it.
What,
No,
what
I
can
would
you
have laughed.
do?
I would have laughed too, but
What can you do?
Yeah,
But
no, I
like
get it.
it was really. I mean, it was surprising to me that people still exist like that. Because like, come on now, we're we're just like years beyond that, but still, it was crazy. It was a very surreal moment. I couldn't believe it. I was like 19, 18. I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy crap! And then that was the night I also got asked to swing. And me thinking my 18-year-old self, me and Johnny go to the swing set and swing all the time. I'm not thinking swinging in the bedroom.
What?
Okay, so I'm like, yeah, we'll go
Wait,
swinging.
hold on. Wait, you mean like swing on the jungle gym?
Yeah, like on the playground.
Yeah, on the
That's
playground.
what I'm thinking,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
yeah.
yeah, that's what everyone thinks, right?
No, honey, not in wrestling.
Oh, you mean like swing on the ropes?
No,
like
they
jump
want
off-
to. They want to trade.
You mean like tag in?
No,
Like
well,
hot
kind
tag.
of,
Yeah, hot
kind
tag.
of.
Like,
but
like
not
in a sanctioned match in
No.
front of people,
No.
right?
No,
No.
this is like in a hotel room, like a dirty motel room type shit.
Oh.
As in wife swap.
My.
Talking about dirty places, let's go to Pennsylvania.
Oh. They were. Never mind. Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
We did not, in fact, swing with those people.
They did
I
not-
just want to, for the record, we didn't do that.
They did not do a hot tag. You know.
Yeah, we know so.
They
They know
no
so.
no sold and no showed.
Yeah, yeah, straight up.
They got a double count out.
Let's just say I learned terminology real quick.
That's
Only at
interesting.
Borders. Only
Wow.
at Borders.
Interesting. I didn't know that was the thing at Porter shows. I've never done any of Porter shows before, but
They
Interesting.
were interesting sometimes.
sounds like it.
Yeah. My next guy, Memphis Mofo, is a fucking piece of shit.
He sounds black. Is he black?
No, he's a white guy. He thinks he's Jesus. He thinks
What?
he's Steve Austin, drizzling fucking
Yeah.
shits.
Real quick, sorry to cut you off. That's not the dude that does the fake Stone Cold gimmick, is it?
No, he's on this list too.
Oh,
He's further down.
yes, I remember that fucking guy.
Yeah, he's further down. This guy
Oh,
here.
my. Oh, he's further
he was-
down.
Yeah, this guy was in Philadelphia, working or Pittsburgh, one of them, West Newton. Yeah, so we're working for RWA. It's a shitty ass company. On top of it, the guy who runs the company he's trying to look like Sinister Minister.
Mhm.
He's a fucking moron too. If like a spaceship would fall out of the sky and fell on these people, it'd be perfectly okay with the world. But yeah, so Mofo tells me, I was working for quite a while at the time. We was on the road trace, so probably 17, 18 years. Hey kid, I know you're green. I try to take care of you out there.
He said that to you?
Yeah.
Wait, shit.
So
He
I'm
said
like-
that to you?
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool.
What?
Okay.
Oh
that
my
works. Cool.
gosh.
So and then
Wait, time out. How long ago was this?
this is 2016, 2017,
So this is
something like that.
technically like kind of recent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool. That's how we want to go. So he's like, hey, now this guy is 4 years younger than me. He says, I did WCW.
Hold on, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Was this? He said this to you after the match, or like?
Before the match.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So Johnny the whole
Yeah.
time was thinking like this in his head.
Yeah, I'm already pissed at this dude. So he's like, I did WCW, and I'm like, how old are you? And he's 4 years younger than me. I'm like, WCW closed when I was 17. So if they closed when I was 17, you were 13 working for WCW, huh? I was like, what are you, Rey Mysterio? Or something, you know. And he's like, oh, no, you know, I had a quick break there. I'm like, it still doesn't make sense. So we do a tag
Your
match.
math isn't mathing, brother.
Yeah.
No, it's Western Carolina wrestling. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Maybe he's in WCW on the game, you know,
Yeah.
but
WCW versus NWO. That's what he
yeah.
meant.
Yeah, he was the creative character on there. We go out and do the match, and he tries to shoot, and I tie him up, and I'm like, "Hey, man, we can shoot or we can work. It's up to you. You know, I can leave you tied up here all day long, and all this." So he kind of calms down a little bit, tries again at it, and we get into a nice little altercation during the match, and it ends early. And I go to the back, and Tracy goes, "Hey, you fucked him up. Fucked him up." So for
God,
8
I miss
hours,
Tracy.
8 hours all the way back, he's like, "Hey, JBG, what do you think about Mofo?" Fuck Mofo. I was like, "Yeah, you should have fucked him up, JBG. Should have fucked him up. We want to go back. We turn around. Go back."
I just
That's
wanna
so
mention
Tracy, dude. That's what
Tracy,
Tracy
yes,
would
Tracy
say.
is good about acting people on.
Yes,
and
100%.
yes,
100%.
he blew his head up the whole way back.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
And the same match, the guy who's actually worse than Mofo was Cesaro's kid. You know Jimmy Cesaro?
No.
Okay, well,
I
he
don't know
did-
any
now-
of these guys, man.
now,
Thank God I haven't
his-
ran into any of these guys.
His memory's insane. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, it's impressive.
Now Jimmy did a little bit of WCW. He actually did.
Okay.
But his son is Jack Cicero, drizzling shits too. Same way, he didn't want to take a chop, so he got Max. I chopped him. He's like, "We don't chop up here."
We don't chop in this business.
He should be on my list too.
Wow. Billy Black on the list?
Yeah, but that's because he's an idiot.
Ah.
But my thing with Billy Black is this: he's the next one down.
Ah.
Billy's thing was I wrestled Necro Butcher the week before, and we fought backstage. Just when they was on TV for a little bit.
Right.
We fought backstage, and that's when Necro grabs a paint can. So we had an empty paint can we was going to use. He swings it halfway through. He goes, "Oh fuck, the paint can's full." So I take it right to the face.
Oh, just straight a full paint
Yeah.
can straight to the dome.
Yeah, so I'm out.
Oh, that's
Like,
tough.
I fought, but I wasn't there.
Right.
So I got goose egg still. I got concussion, everything else, and Dylan was so bad about it, you know. And no, I didn't think nothing of it. So next week I'm fighting Billy Black. I'm like, "Hey man, I'll do anything you want, just no headshots. I got concussion, you know." And it's like, "No problem, brother. What?" He thought he was Steve Austin, idiot. So we go into the ring. First thing he does, take stop sign, hits me in the head, stop sign. So I'm like, okay, I see how this is gonna go. So we do the match. I go to the back. He's like, "Yeah, man, you could have sold it better." I'm like, the one thing I asked you to do, you didn't do. You know, I've asked you not to do anything. I've never asked anybody not to do anything. But the one time I do, you want to pull this? Okay, cool. We got each other again next week. New Jack's there.
Oh, fuck.
So
I was gonna reference this story
Yeah.
earlier, but
Oh,
I'm like,
my.
hey, no,
That's-
for those of you that don't
That
know,
guy right there is just that man.
yeah,
That man is diabolical.
yeah. So New,
Rest in peace, man.
yeah, New Jack and Billy had heat.
Oh, I
from
didn't know
before.
that. Interesting. Okay.
So when main event came in, John Collins. Well, and he didn't want to put New Jack over.
no disrespect, but that's one of the last people. New Jack?
Yeah.
New Jack, guys, for the ones that don't know New Jack, this dude is legit crazy. Like, when I say crazy, I ain't talking like, oh, like he's just like, that
Yeah.
that dude is legit crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry to
So,
interrupt.
Yes, they had heat from before. Billy didn't want to put him over when John Collins and them came in, and it all got blown up. Yeah, and then years later, New Jack's there, and he comes in. He's like, "Who's Billy Black?"
Oh.
New Jack just got word of this.
Yeah.
Billy was done gone for New Jack gets there. So Billy Black, being Steve Austin, goes, "I'm Billy Black." You know, he's like, "All right, figures." And he goes, "No, who's working Billy Black?" Like, "I am." And he's like, "What's your gimmick?" And I had and I bought the thick croquet stick. So I already had
Yeah.
in mind what I was going to do. I was going to bust this over his head.
Yeah.
New Jack goes, "Hey, man, you want to be cool with me?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I do. I don't want to die." So it's like, bust it over his head, and we're cool. Oh, this is already in my head.
Done.
I'm like, cool. So first, right out the door, we're out there. I got the deal. Billy turns around. I break the thing right over his head. He goes flying out in the crowd. Boom, Billy's out cold. So I pin him. I'm looking. Now I'm mad at Eric because Eric's booking everything.
Yeah.
So
Sure. Rest in peace, Eric,
yeah.
too, man.
I go to the back. He's like, "So what, you fucking want it? There's your fucking Billy Black." You know, like, "I ain't never working a motherfucker again." And Necro's dying laughing. Necro's rolling. He's like, "Dude, you and New Jack's gonna be tight now." You know, New Jack comes up. He's cool with me and all that stuff. But yeah,
I wish I got to meet New Jack, man. It was New Jack.
Showed him that.
New Jack's one of the only guys, man, that I never ever got to share a locker room with before he
Really?
passed away. Man, I wish I had got that chance.
He was intimidating.
Was he?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, just
Very.
from the stories I hear that he was like that, but he came with a sense of respect.
Yeah.
Where I respected the most out of him was from when he did the WWE extra and the
Yeah.
way that they treated him, and he just walked the fuck out, and
Yeah.
he's just like, I don't need you or this fucking company. And you
Yeah.
could take that check and you could shove it up your ass. And it was a different level of respect. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right,
it was
yeah.
like, sure, everyone's got their own issues with a locker room or with a person in the business, but like, I can only imagine sharing a locker room on just how cool it would have been to like share with him. So that's really
Yeah.
cool, like that you're sharing the story, because it's like, damn, like that's so awesome that
Yeah.
like I get to hear something about him. That's
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
he
was
was cool.
That was one of the craziest months of my life. Where he stayed with John Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh, he
That-
stayed with
that-
John
yeah,
Cooper.
he stayed with John, and
Nice.
I would say 3 nights a week, Candace and I, we go over there and hang out.
Yeah.
And he was a big Madden NFL fan. So
Nice.
and he'd have to sit real close to the screen. So I was playing, and
That sound like me.
yeah, there's no punts. He said, "This isn't black college football, so you have to go for it on 4th down." I'm like, okay. So I'm playing, and
That's a black thing, just so you know.
yeah,
It's-
so
I still do that.
so we're sitting there, and he's like, "I'll be back. I gotta go to the bathroom." So he gets up to go pee.
You didn't
And
cheat.
No,
Tell me you didn't
while
cheat.
he's up, I switch seats. And he comes back and he goes, "Josh, goddammit, you know I'm blind in my right eye." I was like, "Oh shit, sorry about that. So it's my seat now." And shoot, he carried a fork with him everywhere he went, like legit. Because shoot, like he used in the ring, he carried it with him because it's not a weapon. No one's gonna stop you for having a fork. So he reaches in his cargo pants pocket and takes the fork out, and he's like, he's getting ready to to gig me right here. It's like, "You can have your seat back, man." he went in, so we swapped back. But the one other time where he almost legit killed me, we're there, and my daughter, she was, I don't know, probably a year or 2 old, and she's mixed race. She at the time looked a lot like Mariah Carey, that color and that kind of hair.
What do you mean that color?
Well, she's very light skinned.
Sorry, I just can't help it.
Well,
I told you walked yourself into that, man.
that's where this goes.
walked
And
your-
we were talking.
I know what
Candace-
you meant, because they definitely do have a unique shape.
Yeah,
I couldn't help myself. Sorry.
And Candace was talking about Ayana's
She does.
hair,
She does.
and I said, "Yeah, Ayana's got that nappy type of hair."
Wait, hold on.
No,
what do you mean?
no, I
nappy?
said no. This
Josh,
New-
you're just
New
digging
Jack-
yourself in a bigger
No.
hole. Yeah, hold me
No.
back right quick.
No.
You got to be on my list.
Well, you're
You
talking.
just made the list.
You're talking through the story. I said she's got this nappy type hair, and New Jack said, "What the fuck did you say?"
You see?
I was like, "You know what I mean, you know." And Candace is like, "Okay." So yeah, we got a pile of stories. If John ever
That's
comes
so
on here, you'll
awesome.
hear some of these New Jack stories for sure.
I have a New Jack story. It's a little one.
Go for it.
When they were at the Coliseum doing like that really hardcore stuff with the light tubes and all that stuff, him and Corporal Robinson, you guys remember Corporal?
Yep.
They were a tag team. I can't remember who they were wrestling, but I honestly think it was Johnny and Pothead, honestly. And they lost, and yeah, and you know how New Jack's music played through the whole match? Well, they
That
were
was
still
the
going.
best part.
Yeah, it was still going, and like I used to dress like a little boy, so I'm thinking he probably thought I was a little boy, and he called me up to the ring, and we did like the New Jack stance with the X in the air, him and Corporal, so that was cool. That was my New Jack experience.
That's
so
cool.
yeah, that made me want to be a wrestler.
Yeah, I loved how his music just like ran through. Because first one, I'm an Ice Cube fan,
Yes.
and when
that's
it,
a badass song.
it really, it's on my playlist even
It's
before
mine too.
before New Jack ever played it. You know, when that song ever, Natural Born Killer, when it first came out, even as a kid I used to bang it, but the fact that New Jack plays it during his whole match made it like that much more elevated. So like when I hear it now, it like surpassed the fact that Ice Cube made the song. I'm like, that's New Jack's entrance music. Yeah, yes. It's like it'll set on repeat, and all you hear is just literally just Natural Born Killer like for like 10 minutes of a match or however long the match is. I absolutely love that. That's so awesome.
Yeah, I remember that Frankie was doing the music, of course, during
Yeah.
that time. The best music man ever. And so I'm talking to Jack, and he's getting my stuff together. And he goes, "You got Natural Born Killers, right?" And I was like, "Oh yeah. If not, we'll get it." I said, "You want us to play it during the whole match, right?" And just the look he gave me, he's like, "You dumb fuck! You know, why would you ask that question?" And I was like, Oh, that was my first time. Because he's one of those guys that you see and you're scared to death to talk to him. You know that, and Scott Steiner, the one I'm like, just stay away from these dudes. But then you talk to them, and they're just cool as shit. Yeah, you just got to pass that respect barrier, and then you're just a normal person to them after that. But I was like, well, there went my career. Oh yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
Right. Who's next on that list? You're at number 4.
Hollywood Todd Hogan, brother.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So this guy comes out.
I know him. Yeah.
He came out as Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's how I remember him, because I'm like, it's the rent-a-cop version of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, and super nice guy.
Yeah, he's
nice
an amazing guy.
Nice enough, but yeah, he just wanted to do all the Hogan's moves.
Yep.
Talked like Hogan in the back.
Yep.
Hey, brother, big boot laid you up for a finish, dude. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's what you think. So we go out there, and it was just bad. I wouldn't say he's. Yeah, he's horrible. Nice guy. I try because he's a really nice dude, and
I like how you tried
him.
to soften that.
Yeah, I like him. Really nice guy, you know. Rob Conway was always says, like, when someone starts out with he's a really nice guy, you know he's a bad worker.
No disrespect, but
no disrespect.
I'm taking notes, man. I'm gonna start approaching people like, well, first of all, I think he's a great guy.
Really nice fellow, you know.
But he fucking sucks.
Really nice fellow. He just bad.
If I'd rather watch his match or paint dry, brother, I'm gonna go grab a gallon of paint. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Probably got paid more of the paint. But yeah, he did it, and at the time. So here's the story on this with Todd Hogan. It's the week after Jamie tried to fight my mom, and me and Jamie done got into it and everything else. So I called Bo, like, hey, I know you got Jamie's gonna be up there. I'm just gonna skip the show. You're gonna draw more Jamie than you are of me. Blah blah blah. It's Bobo's show. And Bo's like, no, brother, he's not gonna be there. Come up, blah blah blah. Okay. So we come up. My mom's with me and her friends with her, and I go in. My mom calls. Jamie just pulled up. Okay, cool. So I go out. Me and Jamie get into it again. Everything's boom. Jamie's gone. I'm pissed off. Super pissed off. I walk into the door. Now here comes fake Steve Austin. Hey, you're the big shot from Evansville. What? And I was like, I don't know if I'm a big shot from Evansville, but I'm from Evansville. I was like, well, hey, kid, you better be glad I'm on last because you can't follow me. What? I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm glad I'm not after you. So now I'm even more pissed. I'm already mad. So I go to the back. Now I was like, hey, you're working Hollywood Hogan. Now, that's how it's advertised, too, on the flyer was Austin Hogan. And far away, they kind of look like Austin and Hogan.
True story on my old Facebook page, MySpace page. I have a picture with the old Stone Cold guy. Dude, for like the first probably 30 seconds, I was like, how the hell did Master Rich get Stone Cold in here? I'm not bullshitting you. And then like I double took, I was like, wait, hold on, something ain't right about this guy.
Yeah.
And then like I double took, and I was like, wait, this dude's doing a fucking fake ass impression of this guy.
Yeah.
And you're like, listen, this guy comes in, he jumps up on the turnbuckles a couple times, says a little Luther Express. He does his little stupid stomps, and he does a stunner, and he's done. And I was like,
and he paid to be on the show.
And I literally, oh, he did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy gets paid. And the whole time I thought this guy was getting paid to pretend to be someone. So he paid.
He paid to be on the show.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
That'll come when I get to him. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah.
This kid's getting better.
Yeah. So me and Hogan, so now he's telling me big bootleg drop, brother. Try to keep up, brother. Okay. Cool. Charlie Lowe's there.
Try to keep up, brother.
Charlie Lowe.
So Charlie's out. He's like, we got Hogan and Austin. We got Hogan and Austin up here. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So they send me out with the.
Dude, they're so good. Their Charlie impressions are really
They
good.
send me Tim the Baker, who is nowhere near Josh Shuell. He's supposed to be a manager or whatever. So I'm like, okay, man, the gimmick is throw me the rolling pin or whatever. I swing it, big bootleg drop. So he's not throwing nothing at me on here. So I'm like, all right, fuck this. So now I'm selling like Shawn Michaels when Shawn fought Hogan. So I'm super selling everything just to be a dick. And I go out and the old boy he's go walk to the back, Tim the Baker. And I'm like, brother, we got a spot. You're supposed to give me the deal. So Charlie's sitting there and he's got a championship belt in front of him. So I grabbed the belt from Charlie's like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't take that belt. What are you doing? I'm like, I need it for the finish. Like, no, don't break that belt. That belt is $300. Don't break that belt.
That's so Charlie, man. That's
I
so
go in,
funny.
swing that old dude. Old dude doesn't duck. So he just takes it to the face. And luckily the referee seen it, so it's just disqualification on that. But yeah, it was bad. But Charlie was so mad because I took it. You just broke that belt. That belt's expensive. It's okay.
Please don't do impressions.
Yeah.
Those are so good. Your guys' impressions are really
Poor
good.
Charlie.
That's so funny.
Charlie's probably I worked him once. I'd had a good match with Charlie at least on there. And yeah, number one would have to be the fake Steve Austin.
Damn,
Without-
number one?
Yeah, I worked him. Yeah, Bobo show. It was great. Scotty did too. No, Scotty worked him when Tracy went after him and tried to kill him.
Which one? Who did he work at your show at the CK?
He just did the Battle Royal thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he came out first and did his deal, and then I can't get pinned, brother. Yeah. Austin, can't get
Jeez.
pinned, brother. You know we're cool now, right? Yeah, you gave me $300 to work the show. Sure.
Are you kidding me?
yeah. Yeah,
Mind blown.
That guy's dead now, but it's,
Is he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What
so
happened to him?
he got cancer in jail. So what happened? He was running Steve Austin gimmick.
Right.
And on the indie scene, it's people knew it wasn't him.
Right.
Blah, blah. So he's starting to go to Walmart and saying that he's Steve Austin. So he's showing up and he's got Steve Austin pictures and gear and everything that he's selling. And someone walks up and they're like, "That's not Steve Austin." So Walmart calls WWE and is like, "Did you not send Steve Austin?" They're like, "No, we didn't send Steve Austin
No.
at all." So now they're getting him for fraud and everything else.
Yeah.
And WWE's pushing him because they're using copyright infringement and
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah, they're sitting their big dogs after it.
Yeah, so that he ends up going to jail for scamming all these Walmarts
Dang.
and everything. Goes to jail there and gets sick and passes away.
Dang.
On there. But yeah, my match with him was horrible, extremely horrible. Like we didn't even get to do hardly anything. We go in and I'm like trying to tie up with him. He doesn't know how to tie up. I'm just like, just boot me a stun. Just do it. Just boom.
Take it home. Take it home, please.
Poor Scotty actually got a match out of him, Scotty Wolf, and Scotty's like beating the shit out of him because he's not listening and throwing him in the chairs and everything. And Tracy's seeing it. Tracy's getting pissed off. So at the next show, Tracy's supposed to work him, and Tracy's trying to call spots with him and all this stuff. And he's like, "No, this is what we're going to do." And Tracy's like, "Huh?" It's like, "No, that's what we're going to do." He's like, "No, man. He's like, hey, just listen to me, it'll be fine." And he's like, "Well, look, you're lucky to be in the ring with me, all right, kid?" So
He said that to Tracy?
yeah. So Tracy's like, "Hey, motherfucker, I rip your fucking eyeballs out."
Man.
Tracy's on it. So now Tracy's hot, pissed off. They end up moving the match around, and Scotty's got to work him again. So Tracy's now pissed. He comes out during the match. And Scotty just like rolls out like, "Fuck it." And Tracy goes after him, and oh boy, took off and never been seen again.
Jeez.
Oh, not there. Why would you piss off Tracy Smothers? I seen him rip a guy's eye out.
Of course.
Oh.
It wasn't the fake granny they put in the front row.
The fake.
No,
news.
that's, I wish.
Echo.
Echo we was at TSW in Mount Carmel. Stephen Mitchell also goes on The Worst Wrestlers.
Stephen Mitchell, who's that?
He used to book for TSW. He's on there too.
I don't
And
know, I don't know any of
He
these
did that other
people.
one up there too.
yeah,
in,
Odin EPW.
Oh yeah.
I beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
You deserved it.
yeah. Yeah.
He was telling me I had to earn my spot up there if I want to announce for.
Oh
Did he
my
really?
God.
Wow. Yeah, he tried to kiss her and pissed me off on that. Disrespectful.
Mm.
So I call him out every week on Facebook. I'm like, "Hey, Booker man.
Dude, I love when you used to troll on Facebook. I'm not gonna lie, I lived for those posts. I'll be honest, bro. You might need to drop a couple gems and just troll, just a little bit, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Those trolls, I ain't gonna lie. It helped pass the time. I'll leave you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really were,
Yeah.
bro. You really were.
Those were fun too. I got so much heat too from that.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Yeah, I said I beat John Cena just talking shit. And the guy's like, "You're not even as good as John Cena." I'm like, "John Cena ain't never beat me."
Ooh,
So,
that reminds me. What do you think about that hill turn?
love it.
Do
I
you-
love it.
Long overdue.
Yeah,
See,
definitely.
I think it was right time.
Yeah, the way everything played out, it worked out
I
perfect
think it was right time.
on it.
As good of a baby face as he was, it's kind of like Hogan.
Yeah.
you just got to string that out as long as you can.
Yeah.
And I do too. I felt that the heel turn, I genuinely saw people hurt. Like, you look at my arm, I have goosebumps. People were seriously hurt.
Yeah.
There's some hurt that you see in fans, but I even saw some adults that were kind of like, what the hell just happened? Like, the one person in the company that doesn't even sell their soul.
Right.
And not only that you see, but you sold it to a rival.
Right.
I thought it was, I don't know whose idea it was, but whomever's idea it was, I got to give them their respect. I knew it was coming because there were certain gems that they were dropping from, especially like when times when The Rock was beating Cody. I noticed that Cena's picture was always in the background. I noticed it 4 different times.
Right.
I pay attention to those small details.
Yeah.
I didn't call it. I wasn't like, oh, this is where he turns. I didn't say that. I just said,
You knew
I
it was
feel like
coming.
there's something bigger than what they're presenting, is what I said. And then when Cena was in the ring the whole time, I said, Cena's turning tonight. And they was like, really? You think so? I said, why wouldn't he? I said, he's only got a few months left. You got to give him what he's been wanting.
Right.
Send him off to the sunset. I said, if he does have the opportunity to take the title to become essentially the GOAT, which some people would argue and say he already is, you can't put him over as a babyface and make him beat the top guy.
Right.
He has to be a heel.
Right.
And so it makes sense, but I was just curious because obviously business mindset, we're workers. We know how the business works, but it's another thing when we look at it in a different lens. I was curious how you looked at it. Yeah, I was curious.
I thought that was great.
Yeah.
I would go super heel with it if
Yeah,
I was him.
I think they are.
Should he
I
drop
really
a
do.
single?
Yeah.
Well, dude, when he walks out rapping again,
Yeah.
dude, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I hope he
He'd go
comes back
full
out and he just
circle.
starts rapping again.
Dude, I
Cena wasn't a bad rapper though, just for the record.
Dude, I love this
He
meme.
wasn't. What'd you say, Josh?
The meme, they said you should have saw this coming a long time ago. John Cena surprised a 7-year-old boy with cancer on his birthday. They said we should have known. See, that gave him cancer. I was crying. I was like, oh, this is great. I got to save that one.
I like the one there. They said that he really didn't turn heel. He was mad at Cody for using the F word.
Oh.
So he was teaching Cody a lesson. The fans, Echo, that's what I called him. He comes, he's in the ring after the show. And I'm old school, and you are too.
Yeah.
All of us are. And the guys run the ropes. They haven't been trained. So I come and say, hey, man, you training? So, oh, no, but I'm going to be. I'm going to be a wrestler. So if you talk to anybody about training, no, I don't need to train.
Mhm.
So I set my back down. See what you got. So he goes, tie up with me. So he goes tie up with me. Instead of tying up like he should, he comes in like he's going to choke me. So I'm like, you're probably nervous. Let's try it again. Comes in again. Stupid. Okay. So I show him how to do it. I'm like, okay, come in like that. Mess up again. So I just go around and hook him in the front face lock. And it's tight, but it's not super tight. So I'm like, hey, man, just tap. You're not a worker, blah, blah, blah. So he don't want to tap. So he's trying. So I'm like making it tighter and tighter because I don't really want to, hurt him.
You're not trying to kill him. You just want to watch him squirm a little bit.
Yeah. So I end up like I put on him pretty hard, and he's like gagging. So I'm like, okay, now I gotta let go. Boom. So I'm like, don't ever come in as you're disrespecting everybody that's been in his business.
Yeah.
Coming in the ring doing that. So don't ever do that.
Right.
So I think that's all done. Barry Baker's there. He's like marking out for us. Like, yeah, we did that. Barry's old school. He's like, you should have done more. You should have hit him. I'm like, I don't want to hit him, but show him something. So we're leaving, and he's talking shit about me as we're leaving, like to his friends. So I turn back around, then I just go off. I'm ripping him, I'm like, disrespectful piece of shit. Scotty's up with his deals, like, I've been in the ring with guys that you wish you could have fucking met, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, I'm sorry, sir. I respect your authority. And I'm like, all right, thanks, man.
Mind
Thanks.
you, this is the week after I got into a fight with the pregnant girl in the same town.
Oh, my.
That was fun, too.
And she attacked me first. I do not hit pregnant women, for the record.
Sis.
I threw a ring bell at somebody in Lebanon, Tennessee.
No, you had the hammer, dude, and you were about to hit somebody in the head with it.
I swung that, too. I threw the bell at Cersei. Yeah. Mike Cersei's daughter, Kim Cersei. I threw the ring bell at her.
Damn.
I kicked the dude in the face.
You guys are dangerous, man.
Yeah.
The worst thing I did was spray water on someone and they pushed the rails out the Coliseum. Matter of fact, it was right when I was moving to St. Louis to go to Harley Race's wrestling school. It was my last night, and what's his name? Gosh, I apologize. I'm having a brain fart. It was the guy that ran the show before Billy Black. It was Billy Black.
Oh, Alistair Black.
Al-
Alistair Fear.
Fear, yes.
Yeah.
He was running the show, and he's like, "Hey man, you gotta make this last show a good one." I was like, "I plan on it." I was like, "First motherfucker I'm seeing, I'm gonna get them to fight me. That's what I want."
Right.
So it's one fan came up. He's like, "You ain't the champ no more." And I don't know what made me fling my water bottle, and it just so happened that my water bottle literally was like kind of half open, so it drowned him. And so he was like shocked, and I was shocked too. I think I was more shocked than he was. I was like, oh. And he like pushed the rail towards me, and I was like, well, here we go. Pow! And he like sat back down, and then like out of nowhere, it was a big ordeal. Security guys get involved, and I'm like, at this point, I'm ready to fight. I will fight anybody, but it has to be a reason for it. You know, I don't just go out of my way to pick on anybody. But at that point, when you push the rail towards me, we're at this point, you're a threat. You know what I mean?
Right.
So my old manager, Mr. Milan, I don't know if you guys remember him. He was still getting heat, so they're kicking the guy out. Yes, it's at the Coliseum, and I was like, nah, you know. And then I'm singing that as they're escorting him out. The dude's nephew grabs one of the chairs, chucks it, and it hits my manager to the side of the face.
Oh shit!
His son stops recording, drops the phone, jumps over. First of all, his son's only like 5'4", and you remember those Coliseum rails were decently high.
Right.
He completely hurdled it and Superman punched his dude's nephew in the face.
Oh shit!
And I mean, like, cops came. It was like a big ordeal. So I grabbed the microphone. Ryan Howe was in the ring the whole time, just waiting for me to get in there. I grabbed the microphone. I was like, "Alistair, are you not entertained?" And he's marking out. Like, yeah, and that was probably like the worst thing I think I've ever done.
I was kind of shocked to see you do that.
Yeah.
That was out of your character.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I try to be like
You
the.
were obviously provoked.
No, 100%. Like, look, I learned that from Kid Cash. Kid Cash is like made that known.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, Kid Cash was like probably one of the only people that ever, because like I'm not easily intimidated at all. You know what I mean? But when it comes with a sense of or a sense of respect, Kid Cash was one of those guys. When he walked, you just moved out of the way. You know what I mean?
Right,
like
yeah.
he just had that aura about him. So I moved out of David's way type of thing, and I was like, man, I got to learn his ways. You know what I mean? So I just talked to him one day, and he's like, I demand respect. If you don't give it to me, I'm going to take that shit. And I was like, I like this guy.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, that night was the only time I had ever channeled that inner Kid Cash. And I'll be damned, I ended up punching a fan in the face. And I was like, man, this is kind of cool. So I go back, and Alistair's like, man, where was this guy at? A long time ago. I was like, brother, I'm only doing that because I ain't in Evansville no more. I'm going to Harley racing school for like the next 2 years. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, when you tell me these stories, I'm like, man, you guys got some crazy stories.
Yeah.
I only got one. I look like an angel compared to you guys, man.
Tennessee, that ate it up. Yeah.
Jeez.
Madisonville too.
Police escorts.
Indiana or Tennessee?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay.
Yeah. They hated me down there. There's a big dude. He looks like a T-Rex.
Was that the town that you got ran? You would tell me one time you got ran out of.
Yeah.
Like they literally had to escort you out of the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Well, I
was
remember you said the
Maycroft, yeah.
police had to escort you or something like that. Or
Yeah.
You had to get some sort of like
Yeah,
enforcement, like escort. I'm
yeah.
sorry, out of town because it was that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
impressive.
was Madisonville.
That's
sit there,
impressive.
They would park. There'd be 2 cop cars. I'd park in between them. They'd walk me in.
Yeah,
walk me
that's
out,
what it was.
make sure I
Yeah.
left.
I was
Yeah.
like, the
I had
fact that you
massive
got
Madisonville.
a law enforcement like escort, you know you did your job.
Yeah, but
In Tennessee, they started
having the cop there. Yeah, make sure we got it.
That's insane.
We rode down with AJ Riley just driving.
Yeah, he goes there.
So,
and cusses the fans out while
Yeah,
they're waiting to get
we're
in the
pulling
building.
in. They're all out there.
Such a hill.
Yeah.
Start healing as soon as you get out of the car.
No, he's yelling at the car.
Yeah, as we're pulling in. And AJ's like, dude, they're going to do something to my car. I'm like, it's okay, it ain't my car. He's like, dude, I ain't never driving again.
He did it to Jordan. He did it to Adam. He did it to AJ. Everybody we rode with, it was.
We'd bury him
We're
down
in
there.
this car.
see what time it is.
It is 3:39.
Oh yeah, but we like ran way over time, man.
$1.40.
Yeah, we gotta cut this podcast short, man. Man, you got any more questions for Johnny before we let him go, dude?
I ain't got none.
Listen, Candace, I don't want no smoke, so I want to make sure he gets
I'll take the
home.
heat.
No.
Hey, she wants to fight. Hey, we'll
No,
fight.
yeah, no shit.
Judging from your story,
He hit a girl.
Yeah, it won't be the first time. Shit.
Candace, I don't want no smoke. I'm gonna make sure Mr. Stratton gets home in a fashionable, reasonable time.
No, we just need Johnny to come back. We just got this.
Dude, no,
started.
100%. We only got 2 questions in. They just kind of went in the great direction, and that's why I wanted to ask those because I knew they were going to take a while.
I apologize. It really wasn't my
No. That just means there needs to be a part 2. We literally have other episodes as well that's going to be part 2, like with Montel Hero and Just Donovan. We have a couple other guests that are going to be on. I've been in talks with B-Dell. B-Dell is a podcaster as well, but he does a lot of his stuff. He's from Evansville. He's got like almost 80,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow.
He'll be on here soon. Him and I have been talking about doing a collab. We got him coming on. I have a guy that owns a fitness gym. He owns ShamFit. And the protein house that just opened up in
Charles Hamilton?
Yeah, Charles. I got Charles coming on to
Oh
the
my.
pod soon. I got my buddy Avery as well. Avery is very big in nutrition. He used to run the Grindhouse fitness gym as well. He's really big into like fasting diet and stuff like that. So he's gonna come and educate as well about like the diet and fitness game as well, and like quick ways and how to lose weight without straining yourself and doing all those boring foods that most people don't like to eat. So like that's a really cool one as well. Man, I literally have like a list, and there's so many people that are constantly reaching out like, yo man, when are you gonna put me on the pod? And I'm like, it's not that I don't want you on the pod. We just have so much already going.
Yeah, when
Like-
we started, we didn't know if anybody would even be interested. Now
Literally,
we got
man,
lined up.
it's just so much, and I'm so grateful for that. So, guys, without you guys tuning in, we don't get the clients to be able to come in to have the podcast, such as Johnny, such as like Montel, or many other people that have all been on the platforms, because these people choose to come on our platform when they have busy schedules. Same thing with Stratton. You know, he's got a busy schedule. You know, he's got a family to worry about. Vice versa, I got my own things going on. But I'm grateful that we can all somehow make it work.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? We started with nothing. We started as a conversation, and then all of a sudden here we are, and we're only growing from there. Guys, I'll tell you one more interesting gem before we get out of here. The Facebook algorithm kind of told me kind of what direction we're going. All of February, we had 84,216 views that had visited the page. So that's definitely an accomplishment. That boosts our algorithm up by 58%. 77% of that was men, so we appreciate that. Women, we're going to work on getting you guys to drive up the content as well. I've also been in talks with Nicole. Nicole has a Facebook group called Single Moms, and basically they just kind of help first-time parents, and they have like a big group where they educate like new moms. They have deals where they share coupons and stuff with each other. They do things where it's like where they just do group discussions. So I'm going to have her on the pod where she's going to do her thing to reach out to some of the women that are like future moms or moms that are pregnant now, and things like that. So we'll have their on. So ladies, we're going to be looking out for you guys. I know you're always like, you always got guys on and all this other hoopla. I understand it's just our algorithm right now is predominantly men. But ladies, I am working towards getting you guys the juice. I feel like I'm trying to remember if I missed anything. Other than that, the podcast is going really well. I mean, dude, we only been doing this for what, half a year? Actually, not even been 6 months
I
yet.
think it's October.
Yeah, it was like October
I think
when
our
we
second
started.
episode was my birthday.
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, and it's evolved to what it is. We're just getting started. It's going to grow over time, guys. We just need you to, like I said, keep going on there. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. Make sure you guys go on our platform. Make sure you guys drop in the comment section like you guys do. Ask the questions. I don't even care if it's got nothing to do with what our topic is. Drop in there. We try to cater towards everything. Like today was wrestling only. Like I said, we've done politics, we've done relationships, we've done sports, we've done like world trending topics. I mean, am I missing anything, dude? We try to cover it all. Like right now, we're just throwing darts.
Yeah, what do you want to
at a
talk
board.
about?
Yeah, that's our slogan. What do you want to talk about? So if you guys ever have any ideas on what do you want us to do, make sure you guys let us know in the comments section and just keep showing us support. You got any closing remarks, man?
No, the police are here to escort you out, though.
All right.
I saw them pull
Yo,
up.
I gotta keep a little mustard for that.
Yep.
About time they got here.
Yeah, so we're good to go. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
No,
Three
man,
for
I ain't
some.
got nothing. Thanks for coming in, JBG.
Yes,
Kayla,
thank you.
Kayla.
I
Thank
appreciate you having us.
Man, I had a blast. We're gonna
Definitely.
get you back on here again.
Yeah, anytime.
We'll have
Just
another
let us
2 more questions that'll take up another 2 hours. So
That's fine.
we
Yeah.
appreciate it, guys.
By
Thank
the
you.
way, Abdullah the Butcher also pain in the ass to book.
Abdul the Butcher.
Yeah, pain in the ass.
Man.
Try to work you out of an extra plane ticket.
Ah.
So fuck
Well,
you too, Abby.
he might need 2 seats though.
One for him, one for his
Four, yeah. Your ribs suck too.
All right, well, tell you what, we'll save that for the next next episode of the podcast, guys. We appreciate you. You guys be safe. Until the next one on the Immaculate Podcast.
Peace.
All right.
Oh,